Howdy. It's rodeo time here in the old Pueblo. So, what does that mean? That means an all Western straight razor shave and a whole lot more today on Barber Dave's Shaves and Such. Hey, everybody. As I said earlier in the broadcast, it's rodeo week here in Tucson, Arizona. Let's talk about that. The rodeo here in Tucson is called Los Fiesta de los Vaqueros. And believe it or not, it was started in 1925. The moniker for this year's rodeo is 99 years, 8 seconds at a time. But the importance of this to the old Pueblo, Tucson, Arizona, is that it is a wonderful, wonderful representation of the Old West. A couple of notable things. It also is associated with a parade, and it is the largest non-mechanized parade in the world. All horse-drawn. Yeah, you can see what's happening on the streets. And that happens usually Thursday, the week after the rodeo begins. And it's a really, really neat thing. You can actually look it up on YouTube, and you can watch it as well. Some other things about Los Fiesta de los Vaqueros is that it has been used in a number of different movies. Most of you may have heard of Old Tucson, a big movie set, but the way the stands are configured at the rodeo grounds, it's perfect for filming. And so the first movie that was filmed there was called Lusty Men in 1952, and that had Robert Mitchum and Susan Hayward. He plays a rodeo guy that has quit, and it's a love and a romance and all that. It's actually a good Western movie. The next one was in 1954, and it was called Arena. Again, all about rodeoing and stuff like that. And then the most recent one was actually kind of a biography, so to speak, and it was called 8 Seconds. And it was about the famous bull rider, the PRC bull rider, Lane Frost, and that starred Luke Perry and Stephen Baldwin. So that's kind of some neat things. I mean, I know it's President's Day, but who cares? It's more important that it's rodeo week, and that's a big, big part of Tucson. So we appreciate you joining us. Okay, so what are we shaving with? Well, of course, if it's an all-Western shave, we are shaving with hombres. That's Spaghetti Western. This is the second iteration of my barbershop's shave soap. The first one was hombres. This one is hombres Spaghetti Western. The third iteration we're working on, and this was in collaboration and a fantastic soap maker, and that's right, that is CBL Soaps. The razor today, keeping with the Western theme, is the Cactus razor. I don't know if you can see that. This is a German-made razor out of Solingen, but it is marked as Milwaukee, and I can't read it, and it's John Filtzgraf, I think. If anybody has any, because I bought this just because of the name. If anybody has any information about that, put that in the comments. As far as the brush today, we are going to be using the Tucson Choya, and yes, that is Choya Cactus that's been stabilized. This was made by Grey Dog, and it's got a super high density maggot, and that Choya is actually from our ranch right here. And then we'll be using all the other good stuff that goes along with hombres. If you don't have a brush that has one of the Maggard's super high density knots in it, you really should get one. Beautifully soft, huge. I mean, you can see how it splays. And of course, those of you that have purchased hombres from either CBL or directly from my shop know that it is just a wonderful, leathery, Western, smoky beauty. But it also has citrus. And the citrus is to kind of pay homage to the Italian spaghetti Westerns. Hence the reason why we have Clint Eastwood in silhouette on the front of the packaging. It is going fast, and then we'll be moving on to our third iteration, and so forth. The razor has been stropped 30 on linen, 50 on leather, and then 10 on a leather bench convex strop. The razor itself is a square point 5/8. Okay, here we go. It is a full hollow. It is a little bit of a singer. My good buddy, if you've watched my good buddy Nurse Dave's video from yesterday, he was shaving with his Nemesis, which is a standard DE shavette, which I abhor. The worst injury that I've ever received was from one of those. However, he put out a challenge that if anybody wanted to do a stunt shave with that razor, that he would send it. So, without thinking and me being an idiot, I went ahead and sent to him a note that says, yeah, send it over, I'll shave with it. So when we get that, we will attempt to shave with a DE shavette. I have not done that in years. The only shavette, or what I call removable blade straight razors, that I shave with are feather style. So this will be interesting. I have a bunch of them, but I don't use them because that type of shavette was the only razor that ever required me to get stitches. And so it's going to be interesting to revisit that and to see if we can break the spell that that Wilkinson sword has. So, Nurse Dave, if you're listening, I already posted on your channel, but go ahead and send it my way. And then I think, based on what he wants to do, we'll send it along to the next contestant, or should I say unlucky or idiotic person that wants to try it. I will be putting a new blade in it, though, because I'm not a big fan of the wisdom blades anymore. I will probably be using a Persona. Yeah, and he did very well with it today. It didn't slice him up like it normally does. I know it caused him a little bit of irritation or irritation, but we'll go from there. The one thing that's kind of intimidating about this razor is that point. It is not muted, and it's a square point, so you do have to have some pretty good situational awareness of where you're at. And it is very similar to what Dave was talking about with that little edge sticking out. And that has a tendency to do that on this as well, because you have to know exactly where that point's at. Especially when you get near your earlobe. Yeah, the rodeo, I have not been to the rodeo in quite a while because it runs during the week, and next weekend will be the finals, and then the parade again will be on Thursday. I usually watch it on TV because I'm usually at the shop, but wouldn't mind going to the rodeo. There's a lot of stuff going on in southern Arizona right now. Aside from the rodeo, we also have the Renaissance Festival that's going on just north of us. That we do go to every year. And we'll probably do that next weekend. So far so good. This razor feels really, really nice. This was one of the last razors that I honed on my Shaptons. And I have not converted it over to a Cauticule or a concave edge yet, because there's really no need to. Just hone it and go. I am still using the CBL pre-shave oil, and it's really, in my mind, making a difference, which is surprising to me. Now, somebody had asked why I use this this piece of flannel to kind of line out my shave. I can't remember. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't remember the name, but he lives actually here in Tucson. He was actually selling these. His daughter made these. I just made it out of an old flannel shirt, but it does keep a grip, and I know that he uses it for stretching the skin. I use it just to line everything out. And I haven't seen very many videos from him lately. Still trying to find, so if anybody is into fragrances too, still trying to find a good fragrance to fit with the Hombres series. I mean, the nice thing is CBL makes the aftershave, which is pretty strong, and it works pretty well. However, I wouldn't mind an EDT or an EDP that would be Western. I think Tuscan Leather would probably go well. Ghost Town Barber. But Ghost Town Barber, to me, even though it's has a cult following, I think it's a little sweet for me. The sweet notes really are really very apparent when I put it on. So far, a tremendous shave. When I'm doing my fool's pass, I have a tendency, because of that square tip, to kind of angle the razor with the point out, because I use mostly the heel on the center part. So let's see how we did. Beautiful. A little bit of cleanup as always. And we'll do a little bit of flat blading with this as well. Do this one a little different today. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to chance that. So again, for my buddy Gene,
demonstrating the flat blading and buffing. And also another big shout out to one of our good buddies and supporters, the Luxury Shaving Hobbyist. He is about to do a contest for his 400 subscribers. So congratulations. He is a member at the TSC as well. So we're happy to support him and glad that he has reached that milestone. Only 100 more and he can join the YouTube partnership program, which is kind of cool. When I got involved in it, you had to have 1,000. But they've changed that. And also, just so you guys know, we're at 1280. So 20 more, and we have a giveaway. Not sure exactly what we're going to give away yet, but it's going to be a good one because, 1,300 is a pretty good milestone. Okay, let's see what we did on the alum front. Yeah, a little bit of sting right here. I thought I caught my earlobe, but it didn't do much, but I can definitely feel it with the alum. A little bit on the lower chin area. But as long as there's no injury, I'm okay. But we'll see when Nurse Dave sends me that shavette of death. Not looking forward to it, but we'll see if we can get through a shave without killing ourselves. So again, our razor today was the John Faltzgraf. I think that's it. I may be wrong. The cactus razor to go along with our Western shave. Rinse everything out here real quick. Our brush today, again, is a gray dog, Tucson Choya, right out of my yard. And it's got a Maggard's super high density knot. Just a wonderful, wonderful razor. I would say that definitely is a BBS, definitely a DS BBS. Dolphin Skin Smooth shave. Just absolutely wonderful. And I got to say that pre-shave oil is really keeping my face really moisturized during the entire shave. It makes, like I said, I'm not a big proponent of shave oils, but this has got me changed. For the witch hazel today, we're going to be using CBL Litzia Cubeba. Oh, just beautiful stuff. Let that dry down a bit. And of course, the namesake of the barbershop and just a wonderful CBL collaboration twice now, Hombres Spaghetti Western. And usually for the aftershave, like I said, I follow it up with an EDP or an EDT. Don't have one that really fits the bill here. I could use one of the Italian ones, but I want to kind of keep that Western leather today. So we're going to actually use this twice. Once as the aftershave and then once as some of the Sealy dots, as they say, to keep the fragrance going. Hombres Spaghetti Western. The aftershave, I think, gives you a little bit more of a leathery note. And then it dries down into a kind of a barbershop talc, but you still have that Western sawdust. In fact, basically, when I think of this, there is a store called Darwin's. I believe it's Darwin's down in Tombstone that specializes in boots and Western dusters and stuff like that. And that's the smell that you get when you walk in the place. And it's just absolutely just heavenly. It really, really is.
And we're back to the Clubman today. Like I said, you don't need to use much to turn yourself into a ghost. Rub that in a little bit. And then, again, we'll use the aftershave, but this time we'll use it just dabbing it on as a, using it kind of as an EDT. And it works out pretty well. Okay, folks, that's it. I certainly appreciate you joining us for Los Fiesta de los Vaqueros, an homage to the Tucson Rodeo. And I hope you enjoyed that Western shave. We're going to see you again probably tomorrow if everything goes right. I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave Shaves and Such. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care.